Hey YouTube viewers and everybody. This is my third video, and this one is going to be a little unique. I don't know if anybody did a video like this before, but the first EDC video, or everyday carry video, was actually made by my brother. Not friend kind of brother, but my real brother. So I figured I'd make a video too and just show the similarities and differences in everyday carry of two brothers. The same stuff we might carry, or the different stuff we might carry or not carry. And I thought that would be an interesting video for most people to see. So you have two brothers that have a common interest and do in general common things such as carrying certain things, but at the same time we can see the contrast of it, of what one does and the other doesn't, and just it shows a good side to see, hey, between two brothers, how similar and the contrasting points of carrying. And I'll tell you a little bit why I carry what I carry, different to my brother, and get a point of view from there. I think is a very I think it'll be a very interesting video, because I don't know how many videos are like this out there. So let's move on with the video, and I'll show you what I have. So first thing I'll start on is, of course, like my brother, I carry a key. I carry my wallet. I do carry a Karambit just like him. Let me put it in the light here, that way you can see better. And I'll move this out of the way first. So this is a Emerson Karambit, very similar to the one he has. It has a 2.5-inch blade. You can open it with the wave feature, or you can open it with your thumb, or just flick it open. Both have the ring for better retention, and then of course you have the finger grooves and the knife itself. Not much difference in general, very similar. His knife is a little bit bigger as far as the handle and maybe even the blade. So I think, yeah, that's the only difference with the two knives. Outside of that, the knives are the same, pretty much the same. Okay, next thing is, let's see what we got here. Okay, we have knife. Now, knife-wise, I carry actually not even really a knife. I carry a box cutter. Now, I used to carry a knife, and of course the big question is, why don't you carry a knife? I'm like, well, I got tired of sharpening the knife all the time, because I use it to open a lot of packages and stuff, and I feel that I don't use it for the purpose that it was meant for, because some of the knives I used to carry were more for defensive and, I guess you say, tactical purposes. So to make it easier on myself and just more applicable to what I need the knife for, I decided to carry a box cutter. And this one, if you press down here, you can actually just swap the razor blade out. And that's another reason, is I don't have to sharpen this. I use the razor blade till it's dull or done, and I throw it away, put in a new one, and I'm done. This I bought relatively cheap for like $9. If anybody wants to know, I actually bought it at Harbor Freight. So yeah, I carry this, and I've been carrying it for a while. Switched out more than enough blades, probably more than I can count. So I've been using it a lot, and my job requires me to open a lot of stuff, so I use it there too. I'm going to leave it open because it's not a one-handed closed knife, it's kind of a two-handed one. So I'm going to leave it open, and then I'll close it later because my other hand is holding the camera. Alright, Next thing I carry, we'll go on to the flashlight first. This is a Finnick flashlight I carry. It's about, I say, 3 to maybe 350 lumens. It's a very basic flashlight. It doesn't have much fancy features to it. I just like it because it's very, very small, very compact. Move the knife here, put it in the light, and you can see it a lot better. It's just a very small, compact flashlight that I just like to carry. No real other reason, and it's pretty bright. I have brighter flashlights, but this one will do the job. Has a clip, pocket clip. This button changes the brightness of the light and all kinds of stuff like that. It has a high and low mode that you can use. The high mode is like 300 something lumens, I think, and then low mode is like 60. I only keep it on high mode. I don't need to switch it off to low mode, even when I'm using it for extended period of time. It uses a 1CR123 battery, or 123A battery. So yeah, even though it doesn't use basic batteries, I still like it. I buy a lot of those batteries, those 3-volt batteries, in bulk, so I'm not too concerned about changing out the batteries. Alright, next thing I carry, which is a little different, is, yes, some people might see this as funny, or some people might see it as good. I carry pepper spray. This is a really small canister pepper spray. It's, I think, like only 0.75 ounces. Has the flip top, has the spray button, of course, the nozzle, and that's the expiration information, which I don't care about. If I have to spray somebody, I don't care if it's expired or not. As long as it works or doesn't work, then I care. But if it works, I don't care. I'll spray him with expired spray. It's not a big deal. He can deal with it, or she. Here's the pocket clip. I do use that because I wear trousers, so I clip it on the lower pocket next to some other items I carry, and I'll show you that in just a second. So this is one item that I do carry. I can't recall if my brother carries one also or not. Alright, but down to the next part. I'm going to get to the gun last. I carry a pen. This is a nice Parker pen, kind of an older one. If you look closely, it has some wear and tear on it. I put it in my pocket and it scratches up against everything. I always carry a pen. In fact, I carry more than one sometimes. I just got used to it. And the biggest reason I carry a pen, some people might find funny, is that I always say if I, let's say, won Publisher Clearinghouse, and they handed me a check and they say sign here to get the check, and I don't have a pen, and I feel like I just lost $1 million. So I always carry a pen. But the chance of me getting contacted for $1 million is, I don't see very likely in the short future. But if I do, I'll let you know. Alright, so the next thing, probably the most contrasting thing I carry, is a 638 S&W revolver, J-frame, 5-shot, concealed hammer. I painted the sights. I don't know if you can see it. I painted the front sight for better target acquisition. And the grips are standard. I swapped out the grips before, but I decided to go back with the original ones after shooting both of them. The other ones I used to put on were like full-size Packmark grips, and they're okay, but they're a little big and hard to conceal. So I decided to go back with the small one. Now it works fine. Now I can conceal it better. Carrying it is about the same as far as the weight and everything, and shooting it, actually these grips are not too bad for shooting. actually fits the gun a little better. Doesn't fit your hand very well because it's small and you have to get a good grip on it as best you can with a small grip. And this gun is snappy because I shoot 38 plus Ps through it. Even for a target I shoot 38 plus Ps, or else it won't be realistic if I ever have to use it, from going from 38 specials to 38 plus P, even though the recoil might not be that much drastic of a difference, but I want the realisticness of shooting the same ammo. So even for a target, when I practice, I shoot plus P. Unfortunately, I shoot hollow points, so it does dig a hole in your wallet to practice. So I practice with it as much as I can, but not as often as I like, because I'm shooting defensive ammo. Alright, so that's the gun. Nothing special on the other side. Of course, as you can see, it's unloaded, just for all the people who are saying, is he safe? And look, having an unloaded gun, as he's showing us, well, yes, I have an unloaded gun right there. So I try to be safe, and I've done it okay so far. Alright, next thing is the holster. This holster I really like, actually. It took me a while to find it. This is Safariland, and it's like a 2501. That's some kind of model number 48 here. But it's a actually hard, rigid holster that does not collapse. So you can put it in your pocket and put the gun in there and reholster without ever taking the holster out. So it's kind of like a pocket within a pocket, and it conforms to the gun perfectly. So yeah, it works very good. It's basically the pocket within the pocket, but as a holster. And it distorts the shape from the other side. So this would be the outside facing the pocket, outside, where people see the imprint or the print of the shape of the holster, and you don't really see much. And then from here on is covered by outer shirt I wear, so they don't really see the handle. All they see is this big piece here, which could be anything, or maybe nothing. Of course, that's something I want to keep a little more secretive, as far as they can guess what it is. Alright, so for me, because I carry a revolver, these are the rounds I usually have in the gun. That's why it's out like this. And then I have a speed loader. My usual ammo is Federal hollow points plus B 38s. This gun can only shoot 38 plus B, so some people are like, why not you shoot a 357 Magnum? Well, for one reason is that gun size, shooting a 357 Magnum would be pretty hard on the hand, and two, in a defensive, stressful situation, given all that already, and having to shoot a gun with that much power, and you have to control it that much more, and usually J-frames are not the easiest to shoot too, depending on the distance. Sure, it's not true for everybody, because some people can shoot it like a champion, and that's all good for you. I applaud you for that. So those are the ammo I shoot, plus B, the highest power ammo I can shoot out of that gun. I thought about shooting 38 specials out of it, but I felt that it might lag a little in stopping power, so I decided I'll stick with plus B. And I've shot mostly these in my practices. I have shot some 38 specials in there, and yeah, it is easier to shoot 38 special. Of course, you don't have that much of a recoil. At least I felt. Some people might say it's not that different. So this is the additional ammo I carry. Another 5 rounds on a speed loader. It's very light, so I just keep it in my trouser lower pocket, and I can reload relatively fast enough, I think. This is not Federals. Actually, I'm not even sure what ammo this is that I have. But yeah, I think these are critical defense. There you go. It has like these little fillers in there in the center. I don't know how these work. This is the first time I have them. and I probably need to shoot a few rounds to see how it's like as far as the feel of shooting it. But I'm not too concerned right now. When I get a chance and I can get more ammo, then I'll shoot it. I don't want to shoot the 5 rounds that I only have, unless I plan to not keep it. So, given all that, I hope you found it interesting to see the contrast of two brothers in their carrying of the stuff they carry. There are a lot of similarities and there are little differences. It's just a personal preference and choice of what you carry. Of course, I think my brother had a watch in his video. I don't wear a watch. I just use my cell phone. And I forgot to bring my cell phone into the video, but my cell phone is not that nice, so that's not too bad of a loss for the viewers. Actually, my cell phone is pretty old, so I might not want to show it. But yeah, that's the contrast in the two brothers of carrying stuff. Let us know what you think. I mean, I don't know how many people do these videos. Like, the channel is started by my brother, and he asked me to join the channel, so I started making videos too and put it on the channel too. And I wanted to do a EDC video that was a little more interesting than just saying, hey, here's another one and stuff like that. But this one actually, if I tell you the story behind, like what I did, then you can actually see the more interesting part than, okay, it's just another person showing what they carry. But now you can compare, like, oh, these are two brothers, and look at the differences or contrast in the way they carry stuff or what they carry. I'm right-handed, and so is my brother, so I assume the firearms will be on the right side. The other stuff, I don't know. Yeah, I think he said he carried his Karambit on the left. If I'm carrying this, then my Karambit usually carries on the right, but it's in the lower pocket, and I've trained myself on how to open that with my lower trouser pocket. And when in doubt, this is another defensive tool that I have, even though most people will say, well, it's not the best tool. I'm like, yeah, but with a sharp enough razor, if it gashes you, the wound would be pretty devastating, and as far as from a slashing standpoint. Of course, you can't really stab with this for defensive purposes, so and I don't plan to too. So yeah, last resort, I can use this. And then of course, just for people who want to give me trouble that I cannot get rid of with just talking to them or something, and it's not a deadly force situation, then I have this. I would like to tell you the other name that I call this, but it contains profanities, so I'm not going to say it. Yeah, but this is a good thing to carry, at least for me. And one more thing I didn't show here that I sometimes carry, but because it's not an everyday carry, I decided to leave it out, is a baton. I carry a 16-inch baton with me occasionally, if I know I'm going to more troublesome neighborhoods that have more troublemakers, not to the point of threatening me or my life with great bodily harm or death. Then I carry a baton, because that's a more intermediate level tool I can use. So yeah, that's it. Please leave us a comment if let us know what you think of the contrast. Of course, you have to watch both videos and to know what the contrasts are, and I'd be happy to hear it. I'm sure my brother will be interested too, and I'll let him know that I did this video, and he can look out for the comments too. And I'll reply to you, or my brother will reply to you as soon as we can, if there's a question or anything regarding these videos. At least this video and the other video, the contrasting carrying methods. And if you like this video, definitely hit like, and thank you very much. Look forward to doing another video for you folks, and have a interesting, well, it's night here, so have an interesting evening.